Hi everyone, I'm Tally, this is Farrell, and we are Bored of It. And today we're going to be doing a preview of the new expansion for Kemet, Blood and Sand, which is called Rise of the Gods. And this is crowdfunding right now.
So we were sent a prototype by the publisher a month ago, and obviously a lot of components aren't going to be final. In fact, a lot of the components we don't have, but what we do have is all the minis, which is probably all you want to see anyway, and the new tiles. So just be aware of that. For example, the expansion itself will come with a big box. We don't have that. This is a normal box from the base game. So just please be aware of that. And if you have any questions, ask us. So without further ado, I think let's just get into what the expansion adds. Rise of the Gods. What does it add? Well, obviously gods. So you see these big miniatures down here. They are gods that players can summon. Each player has their own individual one, and they can summon them onto the map, and they act as though they're kind of an individual troop. They have to move on their own and battle on their own, but they have a lot of strength and special abilities. However, to summon them, you need to meet certain criteria, meaning you probably won't see them till the mid to late game. This just kind of adds on top of the already existing rules. It's not a major addition. It's something that people probably always include. Then you get a lot of components to allow you to play Kemet in different ways. So you get the components to add a sixth player. You get the components to play a team mode, either 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3. And you'll also get the components to play this game solo against an automated opponent. Lastly, you're going to get two new sets of these tiles, the Amber set and the Amethyst set over there. And these are quite interesting, but we'll get more into them in a bit. And lastly, you're actually going to also get a big storage box to hold everything Kemet in. And that includes everything from Blood and Sand, any mini expansions you have, and obviously all the new stuff.
So just to talk about the gods, we think that they are fine. They are pretty fun, pretty epic to look at on the board. We would probably always throw them into the games going forward now because they don't add any kind of rule complexity on top. They just layer on with the existing rules. The only thing is they are a little bit tricky to kind of pull off because basically they can't be in a space with other troops. So you really have to set yourself up when you summon them to your board to be able to actually go ahead and move them and get them into the right position. Because what we've found in a couple of our games is that we've summoned them, put them somewhere where there are other troops, and because your actions are pretty limited every round, you usually only get 5, it can be quite hard to just maneuver them into place and get them where you need to be. So we've actually ended up not really being able to use them. So it's something better to use if you can maybe pull them in earlier in the game. And then with regards to the 6th player, it's an additional player. Obviously great if you have a big group that you can get Kemet out and play with and you were desperate to add that 6th player. But we kind of all knew that it was coming at some point anyway because the map was already set up to hold that 6th player. So for us, it's meh.
Moving on to the other elements like the team mode and the solo mode. I mean, it's nice that they're added. It's nice that the repertoire of Kemet is expanded and people have more ways to play. But I'm not really sure if they're the main reason to buy this expansion, considering team mode with the way it works, you could probably just jerry-rig it yourself with your existing game of Kemet, unless you wanted to play 3 versus 3, of course. And the solo mode, though, that does add like quite a bit of components and ways to play. However, I don't know if Kemet's a game anyone gets to play solo, considering the type of game it is. Also, with the big box, there's been a little bit of contention, I think, on the crowdfunding campaign, because a lot of people don't necessarily want the big box to come with it, but it does come with it. So just be aware of that. But personally for me, I will definitely look forward to having one place to store everything, because last time I got a bunch of the little extras and they're kind of sitting in boxes floating around. So I'm looking forward to that. But the last and obviously most important thing that probably everyone's here for are the new sets of tiles. And pretty happy to say that they're really good. I've very much enjoyed playing as them. I find them really interesting, both of them. And they have the knack of twisting the game in really interesting and unique ways. So For example, the amber tiles have a lot of ways to change how movement works after a battle, and it gives you novel ways to gain PP, and it also manipulates the way that temples work. Such as in the last game, I managed to get a creature or a person that adds to my troop, and when that troop's in one of the special temples where you sacrifice your troops or your units, you don't have to sacrifice them anymore. So if I control this, I don't have to give up 2 units. I just get that point every single time, which is great. Then over here in the Amethyst, again, some very interesting, lots of tiles about battle manipulation, battle card manipulation, giving up an extra one to get something in return, or swapping one out with another one from your discard pile, things like that. And they also make really interesting use of veteran tokens, something I thought was a bit underutilized in the base game, but here it makes them quite interesting, and you could even, with the right tiles, spend them for points. So if you are a big fan of Kemet and you're looking for new tiles and that's what you're mostly interested in, I can really recommend both of these sets. Moving to final thoughts, Rise of the Gods is a quite nice expansion. I don't know if there's so much in it that has you wanting to leap out of your seat to buy it. You know, there's no major additions to the gameplay. You have the new tiles and you have the God mode, which are very, very nice additions that really expand the gameplay of Kemet and also reinvigorate it in some ways, but they're not major changes. It's still more of the Kemet you know and love. And then obviously I think the other elements are going to be much more divisive, and for certain people, like the giant box or, you know, the different modes. Not everyone's going to want a team mode or a 6-player or to play solo, right? So I can say what everyone would probably be for is good.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think for me, we haven't played Kemet in a while, but it's something that we really enjoyed when we first got it. I think the addition of the new tiles particularly and the gods does make me have a refreshed energy towards it, and gives me motivation to want to get it out again more in the future. I think the new tiles, you know, they have some very interesting, they're more novel or unique in a way in terms of what they do. So yeah, gives me the motivation to want to play and explore that some more, and really want to explore kind of taking a strategy where you work towards getting the god out earlier in the game so that it is easier to use it, because we've both made the mistake of maybe getting out a little bit too late in the game. So I think it's cool that it kind of opens up another strategy there, and yeah, makes me want to play more. Yeah,
I think the god could be a very interesting tactical addition because it acts as almost a troop on its own, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I think that is everything in Rise of the Gods. Obviously, we only have the prototype, so just again, things won't be final that you see here. There'll also be the big box for storage. But if you have any questions about it, please ask us and we'll be happy to answer them. And thank you for watching. We hope it was helpful.
Bye.